You may use generative AI every day, but do you know what is actually happening behind the screen? In this video, you will learn how generative AI works, how to choose the right model, and how to use it wisely. Artificial intelligence existed long before generative AI became popular. For years, AI mainly studied existing data and made predictions or decisions. It detected spam, recommended movies, recognized faces, predicted traffic, and identified suspicious transactions. This is often called predictive or traditional AI. Generative AI takes the next step. It can create something new from your instruction. It can write text, generate images, produce audio, create video, and help build software. Traditional AI mainly helps machines decide. Generative AI helps machines create. We explained predictive AI and other AI fundamentals in our previous videos. You can find those links in the description. Now, let us understand what is actually happening inside generative AI. To understand generative AI, we must separate two things: the tool you use and the model working behind it. A tool is the app or website you interact with. It gives you the chat box, buttons, file upload, voice mode, image features, and other controls. The model is the trained AI system. For example, ChatGPT is a tool. GPT is a family of AI models that can work inside ChatGPT. When you type a question, ChatGPT sends your instruction to a suitable model. The model understands the request and generates the answer. So, the tool is the interface you use. The model is the intelligence doing the task behind the interface. One tool may provide access to several models. Some models may be better for fast answers. Others may be better for reasoning, writing, coding, images, audio, or large documents. Models can also have different versions. A newer version may be faster, more capable, or able to handle more information, but newer does not always mean better for every task. That is why choosing an AI tool is not only about the product name, you should also understand which model it uses and what that model is designed to do. In simple terms, the tool is what you open, the model is what does the work. What is a generative AI model? An AI model is a trained system that has learned patterns from data. A generative AI model is trained to create new output. It does not simply copy one example from its training data, it learns relationships. A text model learns how words and ideas connect. An image model learns how descriptions relate to shapes, colors, objects, and styles. An audio model learns patterns in speech, sound, rhythm, and music. A video model learns how scenes, movement, and time connect. When you give the model an instruction, it uses these learned patterns to build a suitable response. The instruction is the input, the created result is the output. This simple input to output process is the foundation of generative AI. We call this input a prompt. A clear prompt helps the model understand exactly what you need. The better the prompt, the more relevant and useful the output is likely to be. Different models create different things. Not every generative AI model is built for the same job. Text models create and understand language. They help with writing, explaining, summarizing, translating, researching, and coding. Image models create or edit pictures. Audio models work with speech, voices, sound effects, and music. Video models create clips, scenes, and animations. Coding models are designed to understand and generate software code. Multimodal models work with several formats together. For example, a multimodal model may read a document, understand an image, listen to audio, and respond with text. This is why choosing the correct model matters. A text model may write an excellent image description, but an image model is needed to turn that description into a picture. The task should decide the model, popularity should not decide the model. Why large language models matter? One of the most widely used generative AI models is the large language model, or LLM. Large means it learns from an enormous amount of language data and uses many internal settings called parameters. Language means it works mainly with words, sentences, instructions, and ideas. Model means it is a trained system that processes input and produces output. LLM can explain difficult topics in simple language, create emails, reports, scripts, captions, and presentations. They can also organize information, compare options, brainstorm ideas, and assist with code. For students, an LLM can act as a study assistant. For professionals, it can support writing, research, and documentation. For businesses, it can help with customer support, marketing, and internal knowledge. For creators, it can help develop ideas, scripts, titles, and content plans. An LLM does not replace human thinking, it helps people think, communicate, and create more efficiently. How an LLM creates a response. Let us look at the process in a simple way. First, you enter a prompt. The model breaks your prompt into smaller pieces called tokens. A token may be a word, part of a word, or a symbol. The model then studies how those tokens relate to one another. Many modern language models use a design called a transformer. Inside the transformer, attention helps the model notice which words and details matter most. For example, she deposited money in the bank. The words deposited and money show that bank means a financial institution. Now consider they sat on the bank of the river. The nearby word river changes the meaning of bank. The model uses these relationships and predicts the next suitable token. It repeats this process until the response is complete. So the model creates its answer one small piece at a time. Context helps the model understand you. The model does not work only with your latest sentence, it also uses the context available to it. Context may include your current prompt, earlier messages, examples, uploaded documents, your intended audience, your preferred tone, and the output format you requested. The amount of information the model can consider at one time is called its context window. A larger context window can support longer conversations and bigger documents. But more information does not always produce a better answer. Relevant information is more useful than unnecessary information. For example, this prompt is too broad. Write about AI. This prompt gives useful context. Write a 60-second beginner friendly YouTube script explaining LLMs with a simple workplace example. The second prompt tells the model the topic, audience, length, format, and style. Learning about context helps you communicate with AI more effectively. What can generative AI help you do? Generative AI is not limited to answering questions. Its real value appears when it becomes part of a task or workflow. A student can use it to understand difficult concepts, create revision notes, generate practice questions, compare ideas, or receive feedback on writing. A teacher can use it to develop lesson plans, classroom activities, quizzes, examples, and explanations for different learning levels. A content creator can use it to brainstorm topics, create outlines, write scripts, generate captions, design visual concepts, repurpose long videos, and plan content calendars. A professional can use it to draft emails, summarize meetings, analyze documents, prepare presentations, organize information, and improve reports. A business can use it to support customer service, personalize marketing, create product descriptions, analyze feedback, document processes, and build internal assistants. A programmer can use it to explain code, generate functions, find possible errors, create test cases, write documentation, and explore different solutions. A job seeker can use it to improve a resume, prepare for interviews, understand job descriptions, draft professional messages, and practice common questions. The goal is not to hand over your entire responsibility to AI. The goal is to identify tasks where AI can reduce repetitive effort, provide a starting point, organize information, or help you think more clearly. Generative AI becomes valuable when it supports a real objective. Do not begin by asking, what can this tool do? Begin by asking, what task am I trying to complete and where can AI help me? Generative AI can sound very confident, but confident does not always mean correct. Sometimes AI may give wrong facts, outdated information, fake sources, or misunderstand your question. This is called an AI hallucination. AI is not trying to lie. It creates answers from patterns it learned, so mistakes can happen. It may also give poor results when your prompt is unclear or important details are missing. AI does not have real life experience, human judgment, or responsibility. So always check important information, verify facts and sources, review calculations, test generated code, and never share private or confidential information carelessly. For simple tasks like ideas, outlines, or captions, a quick check may be enough. But for health, law, finance, safety, or major business decisions, always ask a qualified expert. Use AI as an assistant. Let AI help you, but keep the final decision in human hands. Recap. Let us bring everything together. Traditional AI mainly recognizes, classifies, predicts, and recommends. Generative AI creates new content from your instruction. The trained system doing that work is called a generative AI model. Large language models are one important type of generative AI model. They work with language and can help us understand, transform, create, organize, and communicate information. Modern language models often use transformers and attention to interpret relationships within your input. They use the information available inside their context window to create a relevant response. You guide the model through prompts. A strong prompt gives the model a clear task, useful context, an intended audience, an output format, and necessary limitations. Different models are designed for text, images, audio, video, code, or multiple formats together. But every AI generated result still needs human direction and review. The most successful AI users will not be the people who simply generate the most content. They will be the people who know which task to give AI, which model to choose, how to provide useful context, and when to apply human judgment. Generative AI is not only a tool for creating faster, it is a tool for learning, exploring, communicating, and turning ideas into action. For a detailed explanation of AI models, tokens, transformers, attention, and context windows, watch our previous Nanocelerate videos. The links are available in the description. Subscribe to Nanocelerate and continue your generative AI journey with us.